Hello friends, subscribers and new viewers of this channel. In this tutorial I explain how to properly install a Latex compiler and a Latex editor in Linux Ubuntu. In particular, I'm explaining how to install Latex by using Ubuntu 24.04. However, the installation procedure is similar for other versions of Linux Ubuntu. But before I start with explanations, I need to mention the following. Some viewers of this channel have probably never heard of Latex or Tex or something similar. Well, Latex is a very powerful editor for writing mathematical articles, scientific reports, professional-looking engineering reports, and similar things. Namely, you can easily combine equations, graphs, and text with a very nice alignment of text, and you can produce professional-looking reports or scientific articles. Latex is more powerful than Word, and it's more superior. Consequently, I strongly suggest to students studying engineering, mathematics, physics, computer science, machine learning, or any other technical discipline to learn Latex. It will really help them to quickly write equations, to quickly write professional-looking scientific reports, or even if you go to grad school, you will be able to quickly write scientific articles. Okay, let's start with the installation process. First of all, we will need to install Latex compilers, and after that we will need to install Latex editors. To install Latex compilers, we need to install MikTex. Consequently, go to this web page and then click here on download. Over here, click on Linux and you will see the instructions for installing the software in Linux. So let's follow these instructions. I have to mention over here that I will have to make several modifications over here and I will explain them on the fly. Okay, so let me first resize this manual and let's open a terminal. To open a terminal, click here and search for terminal. And here it is. Then let me resize this window such that you can see what I'm typing, and let's continue. First of all, we need to register GPG keys. To do that, type this, however, don't execute it. You need to do sudo over here, otherwise you will see an error. And enter your password. After that, you need to select your Linux distribution. In my case, I'm using Ubuntu 24.04, consequently, I need to execute this. However, again, make sure that you're doing this with sudo. Okay, next we need to install MikTex. To do that, we need to first of all run sudo apt get update. That is, we need to run this command. And after this command, I will also write sudo apt get upgrade. It's not written over here to do this command, however, it's still good practice to do that. And then finally, we can install MikTex by typing this. And click on yes. And here you need to be patient since this might take some time. Okay. Before we can actually use MikTex, we need to finish the setup. There are two ways to do that. We can either open a console or we can do it from command line. Let's open a console and let's do it through a console since it's easier. So click here and if you search for MikTex, you should see this. So run this and here you have to first of all, choose what type of installation or setup do you want to do. I strongly suggest you that you use this option, that is that you continue to do as administrator. And it's very important also to read this. Where are MikTex executables? Location of this directory depends on your choice. This is for a text installation, and this is for a shared system-wide text installation. So I suggest you again do this, since if you don't do this, you might have some issues, since the text editor, which is called TeXstudio, might not be able to find all the compilers. So do this, click here, enter your password, and wait for a moment. Please wait for a few moments, it doesn't take too long. Okay, so let's wait. And now you need to restart the console. So do this, and you will see this thing. Then you need to do upgrade now, and be patient. This will also take some time. Not too much, maybe 1 minute or so, maybe even less than a minute. So let's see. Okay, we are almost there. Let's see. So let's wait here. Okay, done. After that, click on updates, click on check for updates. And let's click here on update now. Just to make sure. Okay, so let's close it and let's open it again. Click here, search for MikTex console. And over here, click switch to MikTex administrator mode. Enter your password, and let's do a few things, and just let's verify some things over here. Click on settings, and here if you click on directories, you should see where the configuration, data, and installed files are. And this is very important, since it might happen that we will have to manually enter these directories in TeXstudio. Although TeXstudio will be able most likely to recognize everything automatically. Good. Now you can safely close this file, or actually better to say this console, and over here you can simply type, let's see if we type MikTex, what we will get. Okay, missing topic, try MikTex help, so let's see that everything is being installed and added to the path, so it's there. Perfect. Before we continue, let's adjust an additional setting. So consequently, click here and search for MikTex. Click here, administrator mode. Then over here, click on settings, and it's very important to select this option. By selecting this option, the packages and new installation files will be installed on the fly. For example, if you're using Latex and if there is some missing package, when you try to compile, everything will be installed on the fly, and click here for anyone who uses this computer. This is very, very, very important. Okay, so let's investigate these windows. You can, for example, click here to see the console version, etc. So let's make sure that we exit, and let's continue. Next, we need to install Latex editor. For that purpose, you need to go to the TeXstudio website. Then over here, click on download, and we need to select Linux option, and over here we will use the app image. App image is the most convenient way for installing Linux applications. Namely, we will just download binaries, and we will just do a few adjustments, and we will be able to directly execute app image without doing too many setups and changes to our Linux system. So click here on app image, and you can see that the download process is started. Okay, over here I prepared a small manual explaining the next few steps that we need to perform. So let's wait until this is done, and let's first of all open a new terminal. So you click here and search for terminal and click here. However, I'm just going to click here and I'm going to open a new window. Then I'm going to resize my terminal. Okay, so let's continue. First of all, we need to locate our app image file. To do that, make sure that you're in the home folder, then go to the download folder, and type this. And over here you should see TeXstudio app image file. Good. Next, we need to set the executable permissions for this file. Why do we need to do that? Well, if you look at these things over here, you don't have the executable permissions. To set the executable permissions, we simply need to type sudo chmod +x and name of the file. Simply copy and paste the name of the file and then enter your password. And again, if you type lsla, you should see that the file is now green. This means that you can execute this file. However, before we can actually execute this file and start this file, we need to install libfuse library. So consequently, type over here sudo apt install libfuse, and now we can execute this file. To execute this file, we simply need to type sudo, then dot, then this character, and then the name of the file. And this should start actually the TeXstudio. So let's see, bang. Here it is, here's our TeXstudio. Perfect. Now, before I actually show you how to use TeXstudio and how to compile your first LaTeX file, I need to do several things. Namely, currently, every time you want to start TeXstudio, you will have to open a new terminal window, and then in this new terminal window, you will have to run this. And this is not convenient, especially for new Linux users. So, let's do something else. Let's create a shortcut such that we can click here, search for TeXstudio, and run TeXstudio like this. That is run graphically TeXstudio. Let's learn how to do that. First of all, let's go back to TeXstudio and let's close TeXstudio. What I will do now, I'm going to go back to my home folder, and over here I'm going to create a new folder and I will call it TeXstudio. Okay. Next, I'm going to copy this app image file to this TeXstudio folder. So let's do it graphically. Let's go to Downloads folder. Let's find our TeXstudio file. Here it is. Let's copy it. Let's go to the Home folder. Let's find TeXstudio. Here it is. And I'm going to simply paste the file over here. So let's go back to the terminal. Let's navigate to the TeXstudio and make sure that the file is over here. Good. Next, over here type pwd to see the full path of this folder and copy and save this path somewhere. I will just simply copy it over here in my file such that I have it. Next, let's install gedit. Gedit is a very useful program for editing and creating files in Linux. And then let's create a shortcut such that we can run TeXstudio. To do that, we need to do several steps. First of all, we need to go to this folder. This is the folder where all user-defined shortcuts are stored. And let's make sure that we are in this folder. We are. And over here, let's create a new file. The name of this file will be TeXstudio.desktop, and this is our shortcut file. Okay, so let's run here, and in this file we need to type this with several modifications. Over here I will simply type this, and let's write. First of all, we need to specify that this is a desktop entry. We need to specify that this is application. We need to specify the name. I will call this application TeXstudio, or let's be consistent and use the proper way of writing this application. And over here, we need to specify the executable file. Here is our path that I remember, that is that I retrieved by using pwd. And let's find the executable file. The executable file is here. So let's do properties and let's copy the name of this file. So let's go back to our gedit and let's simply paste this file name, save, close. However, we still need to do one additional thing. Now, if you type lsla, you can see that we cannot execute TeXstudio.desktop. To set the executable rights, you simply need to write this. And now if you type again, you will see the TeXstudio.desktop is executable file. Now we will be able to execute this file by clicking here and searching for TeXstudio, and here it is. And you can say click here and bang, TeXstudio will start. Perfect. Before we explain how to compile a LaTeX or a PDF file in TeXstudio, we need to do several more modifications. Namely, we noticed that there are some errors appearing when you try to compile a file and there are missing packages. And for some reason, TeXstudio is not installing them on the fly. That is, it's not automatically calling MikTex, which should install everything on the fly. So let's fix this issue. First of all, close the TeXstudio. Then over here in the command prompt, type this. Then we need to execute this command. This command will again enforce that the things are installed, that is, the packages are installed on the fly. However, this is still not enough. Now you need to open the console. Type here MikTex. Then over here, click on Stay in the MikTex user mode. Then click on Settings. And over here, it's very important to select this. Namely, for some reason, although we set this option in the administrator mode, it's not working for a specific user. Consequently, make sure that this option is selected. And this is unfortunately the only way how we can fix the issues of installing packages. So close this, and now we are ready to explain how to compile LaTeX files. Next, I will explain how to compile the code by using TeXstudio. For that purpose, we will need to use a LaTeX template. You can go to my GitHub page, and over here, I provided a template. This is really a basic template without too many packages. We only have several packages. So let's download this complete repository. Click here and click on Download Zip. Okay, let's go to the Downloads folder and let's unpack this thing. So click here on, let me see, Extract. Good. So here are all the files. Good. Let's copy all these files. Then, somewhere over here in our home folder, let's create a new folder and let's call it Test LaTeX Studio, for example. And let's paste all the files over here. Here they are. Good. Next, let's open TeXstudio. To do that, click here and again search for TeXstudio and open TeXstudio. Now click on File, Open, over here go to Home. Let's see where are all the files. TeXstudio template, click here and click on Open. Okay, let's try to compile this file and let's hope that everything will be fine. Simply click here and everything should start. So let's see what will happen. Okay, good. Package installation. Then we can see that we need to install this package. Click on Install and should be installed. Let's hope that now everything will be fine. Exit. Process exited normally, and here it is. Voila! We are able to compile LaTeX files and documents in Linux Ubuntu. Okay, that's all for today. I hope that you like this video. If you like the videos I'm creating, please press the like and subscribe buttons. Thanks a lot and have a nice day.